What did you make of him quitting on the stool?
It was different. uh, I was ready to go out there and finish him that third round. I could tell he was broken. I felt like I was landing some good shots, some hard shots. In my mind, that fight was not going to make it to the end of the third. So, it's fine that it it stopped sooner than I thought it was gonna. So, I'll take it.
Were you surprised that he quit on the stool?
I was surprised. I never experienced that. I know I was hitting him clean. I was hitting him hard. So I can't blame him. He is a tough kid. He was taking them well. I could tell those were hurting him though. Like the calf kicks, I was landing some hard headshots. I could tell he is a little cloudy. So like I said, I'm not surprised. And in my mind, I was finishing that fight for sure.
I don't know if you saw this, but he said to his coaches he didn't want to go back out there, and they said, no, you can keep going. And then he himself told the doctor, I don't want to carry on. If you did the same thing and your coaches ignored you and said, no, you got to get back out there, would you be annoyed at them after the fact?
I would never do that. So they would have to stop me from going out there than me not wanting to go out there. So yeah.
The commentary said they attributed your success to your experience. You have a few more fights than him.
Yeah.
You think that was the case?
Yeah, I mean, 5-0 is very young in an MMA career. He's been pro since I think I seen 2018. 2 years, man. That's you can be the most talented person in wrestling. You can be the most talented person in jiu-jitsu, but this is MMA. This is a sport of its own, and it takes some experience. And there's definitely levels to this, and it was it frustrated me a little bit. I was the underdog. I was like, how is that even possible? So I brought that with me in there to showcase, improve a point, that I'm not the underdog in this case. I fought some tough people, and I was ready to go out there and show it.
Last one from me. We've seen recently with these shows at the Apex, people tend to jump back in there in a couple of weeks almost. Would you like to be one of those people?
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing hurts. I feel great. The performance went well. I felt, like I said, great, and I'm ready to go again.
Cheers, bro.
Austin, great fight over
Thank
here
you.
to your left right here.
Oh.
Great fight. How much danger were you in with the leg locks?
They did surprise me a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it. I felt like I had good hand control and was staying loose in those positions and not freaking out too much, kind of going with the flow a little bit and scrambling out. So, like I said, they surprised me a little bit, but, I train with the best people in the world. I have a great coaches behind me, and I was prepared. So, yeah.
Absolutely. When you saw your opponent, did he look a little bit bigger than you?
I mean, he was taller.
Not otherwise?
No, I mean, I feel like I fought a lot of different people. Even Mark Madsen. Davi Ramos. They're thicker. They're not as tall, but he was pretty big. I was a little surprised he made weight. I was kind of expecting him to be maybe a little over or have a really hard cut on a week's notice, but props to him. He made it. Size doesn't matter. This is weight class. This is fighting. Everything is different.
Absolutely. You're coming off two great performances. The Madsen fight could have been a win, razor thin decision. Where do you feel you want to be from here? Are you looking for someone in the top 15? What do you think is right?
I'm just trying to have fun out here. I'm trying to put on performances. I'm trying to improve my life. I'm trying to be positive influence on other people's life. I'll fight whoever they put out there. I've never said no. I'm just out here trying to have fun. I love doing this. I love fighting for this company. I just love it.
Absolutely great performance.
Thank you.
Your last fight was in the T-Mobile Arena.
Yes,
how
sir.
big of a difference was from being in the environment there and coming and being in this kind of environment? There's been a lot of pros that a lot of fighters have said they've enjoyed it. What was the difference for you?
Walking out in the crowd, that's always a cool experience. Everyone's screaming and cheering. But once you're in there, for me anyways, you can't tell anything. It was cool. It seemed a little more like a mellow experience, kind of like going to practice a little bit. The smaller cage. I actually liked that canvas. It was a lot more sticky than I remember, which I remember when I was fighting my last fight that I like feeling a little slidey sometimes. You know, it was a little slippery. I liked the smaller cage. You know, I've only had now 4 UFC fights, so it's not like I'm super used to that big old cage anyway. So yeah, I liked it. It was a cool experience. You know, the whole week was pretty mellow. I liked kind of being off the strip. You know, our team. Luckily, I had my good friend Curtis on the card. He's the main event, obviously. My great coaches, corners, and my friend Neil. You know, all with me all week, and we had a good time. And you know, it was very relaxed. We had fun. It was just us. Not a lot of people around. I liked it. It was a cool experience.
And finally, for me, you've kind of done this loss, win, loss, and now you're back
Yeah.
on the win. You mentioned something in your post-fight interview, and it made it seem like there was a mental change or something that
Yeah.
you maybe took it into this fight. Can you talk a little bit about what you've learned? Is that just part
Yeah.
of maturing?
Yeah, you know, like, you know, before I got into the UFC, I didn't really have much overthinking. I just went out there and did. I had great performances. You know, when you get into the UFC, it's a totally different new game. It's a different level. In each experience, the window's smaller of learning. So, you know, you take your learning, and at this level, you gotta be on point. You know, you gotta not be overthinking. You gotta just go out there and do you, not like overthink it and be hesitant. And I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. I'm like, oh, I'm in the UFC. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do this. You know, I was just trying to let go of all that and just go out there and have fun, be me. And, you know, it made me happy. I felt like I did that tonight. And I got, you know, the performance and that I wanted, the results that I wanted. And I know that I'm capable of a lot of that. So hopefully I'll keep carrying that with me. You know, I feel like I made that switch. And I'm looking forward to the future.
Thank you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.